Once you're logged in, the next step is simply to make an applet. So let's do that right now. So I'm going to go to Add New Applet. That's going to take you to the creation page. From here, you just need to pick an applet name. Mine is going to be called, for simplicity, Screencast App. And then add a description. So this can be as intuitive and as short or simple as you want. I'm simply going to say this is a test applet for the screencast. Not very informative, but it works for the situation. The next thing is actually a little more tricky. We need to think about it a little bit more. You need to decide what your applet's going to do, who's going to use it, who you want to be collecting information from, and who you want to be showing it to. So the first question is just dealing with it, whether you are accepting public submissions. That means the applet will show up on PointRecorder.com as well as on the iPhones where people are logging into PointRecorder and checking them out. So you can decide whether you want private or public, and then you can do the same with the listings. If you make those listings private, no one will see the points on your applet, but they will still be able to make submissions to your applet. The next thing is about location restriction. If your applet is location-based, say you're recording potholes or lights out in a certain neighborhood, you can restrict that down. You can do that by clicking Restrict Location Submissions, and then it'll auto-find your lat long if you wanted to, and then you'll pick a distance. So I'm going to pick 20 miles from where I am right now for this applet. So then you submit. That's going to quickly create the applet, and now you're pretty much ready to go. If you go to manage that applet, you can click on the name of it, and you'll see the start of what is a management system. So from here, you do most everything. This is where you can add categories of locations. You can distribute to SMS. You can download a CSV of the files. You can modify it. You can add an icon or even delete the applet. So I'm going to start by adding a couple categories. Since this was a screencast test, I'm going to say I'm going to get wireless cafes. And I'm going to also add my home. And I'm also going to add, oops, I added that one twice, but I'm also going to add something like nearby bars. With these in there, you can then distribute the applet and people will be able to select what they're checking into, what that location is. So whether they're checking into a wireless cafe, they can say this is a wireless cafe, so you'll have that data. And that's about it. You can also see that I can distribute to SMS. So let me forward it to myself. My number. So let me just send that off. And that's how simple it is. I'm going to clean up the categories a little bit, but in about 30 seconds, I'm going to receive a text message, and I just did. You can see that I received a text message. And then I can start using it on my iPhone right away, which is pretty great. So that's the administration side. You'll notice we have options to both SMS and email, download via CSV, edit the applet, add an icon, or even delete the applet.